G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in mini motorways. This one is set in Lisbon. Alright, and we have unlimited roundabouts. Destinations are more likely to be double destinations. Double the number of road tiles awarded. Alright, so let's start off. We're going to get unlimited roundabouts. We're going to use as many roundabouts as we can. We're going to put one at the entrance of everywhere. This one we're just waiting for it to expand out a little bit. More of a future-proofing that if we need to get a motorway or anything attached to these guys, we can sort of just connect the loop in and that'll allow it to sort of smoothly go. And what it'll also do is sort of space out the level a little bit, which sometimes can be good and sometimes can be bad. We will, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Generally, I don't like cars of different colors sharing the same road, but in this particular case, it doesn't matter because they're just all going to the same one destination anyway. Harm, no foul on this one. Bridges, so let's go to some bridge. Waiting for this to expand out that way so I can put a roundabout on it. There we go. That. Now looks like I've built a carriage there. Have like driver can sit sort of there somewhere. We can have the luggage seated back here. Alright, well that guy's gone circular, so this became a little bit more serious. It would be nicer having the houses coming in two separate ways just to sort of try and divide it up a little bit for that circular destination. Really hard to, I am undecided about whether how sort of valuable that second road being used to go into a double destination really is. You can see that when the cars come in and park, they just park anywhere. There's no sort of set spot, like if spot 1 is free, will they always park in that and then go to spot 2? No, you can see this guy's just running all the way to the other end. This guy's just randomly picking a spot. There's no efficiency model to the way that they park. So the fact that there would be two like you would have guys coming in both ways, are they going to block each other worse or is it going to be the same? The only thing I can sort of determine with that is that it would it's not so much, I think that the parking lot itself is be as busy either way, but it's how busy the roads then are. So the road to the left is obviously going to be significantly more busy than the road to the right in both of these cases, because the road on the right just isn't being used. So there is the tiny section of the car park that I think doesn't matter, and then the worst case is that the road beyond it is an absolute disaster. But we've got two double destinations now in that lower one, so that's already a recipe for disaster. I'm not a fan of how far away the blue guys are for the upper blue square at the moment. Alright, well that guy's already thrown a spanner into the idea of using roundabout in front of everywhere. But what he has done is given us an incredibly easy access to his entrance. So I can't imagine that this guy's going to be our problem at any point with the yellows as close to him as they are. Yeah, we do need to get more blue across to our friend top here. So what we'll do is we'll just jump those guys across, and then we will that connection for blue. Not brilliant, but it'll work for now. Actually, I feel like I should change the layout of these guys. That not sure I need it. Okay. Well, that blue's a much nicer get for that double destination at the top. Ah! You was going too slow there. Never a fan of these heavy double destination levels. Still going to keep getting bridges because this is Lisbon, and it is definitely going to go bridge heavy. I want my mouse is so eager to zoom in today. Only got one yellow house on the left double destination, but no real clear options of getting another lot of guys over there. I'm gonna steal this blue guy back, the lower house, because it is the closest blue house to that guy, and the one at the top has gotten a few more extra houses since we stole that one. Okay, so obvious candidate for bridge there. Alright, let's do this. Let's turn those four guys in like that. Then we'll put a motorway there, and then we'll bounce that motorway to the top. Second orangey red guy there. Alright, so for these two guys, firstly, can we get roundabouts in on that side? Sneak them in there. Still flush for bridges. Also starting to not make sense why I've got these guys facing the way I've got them facing. Really what we should do is turn them around and go this way. Actually, watch this. So we're going to go up here, go across there, down like that, so I can get rid of that bridge. Allow these guys to continue doing their thing, and then build this bridge. Keep that one. Let's go straight down here. Alright, for this second orange destination, let's run that down there. Second yellow for down here too. Alright, that new bridge is in place, so we can get rid of that one. Alright, what do we want to do for this pink? Well, I think that these 3 pink guys are no longer needed. Top, but what we don't have is a motorway. So there's a real ugly workaround for now, which you can see we're already going to be in trouble with this pink down the bottom. He only has to get one more guy on there before he starts to lose his mind. Let's put those guys down like that, and then we'll get that guy on board. Give them a slightly closer house. And we'll give that a set of lights just for now. Alright, goody, there's our motorway. We'll hold off using it for pink for just like a moment at least, while we make sure that don't end up with anyone even more dire situation. After all, since we can get a path running from pink, which should mean that they're okay for a brief period at least. Although you can see that they're I guess we're starting to now have those pink cars spread across that road as opposed to all bunched up together. That slightly closer guy probably is helping. There you go, you can see we've got at least 3 sitting at home on the distant houses at the moment. So we're winning that battle. There are a few yellow houses in the top right too that we're not using. Green as well. But I'm not sure there's anywhere that sort of demands them at the moment. All of our yellows are pretty good in that they've got relatively close houses to where we need them. Not sort of like orange or that long range pink and blue. Very funny that I'm using a set of lights on this here when I realize that I have unlimited amount of roundabouts. Getting lots more houses at the moment, but not many more destinations. Quite possibly because the destinations are double destinations, so they are harder to fit in. There we go. I was wondering when I was going to get one in that clear gap. Alright. So, these... well... it's that one. And then... this one. We want to run them to the far side. Just to... I guess sort of try and spread these out a little bit. I'm going to create a little dip for this to drop in there so these guys can connect. Because this guy's circular. I think he's struggling a little bit. Or at least he at least needs cover from these guys down here. I'm still holding on to that motorway that in all right should belong to Pink. I mean, there are some other pretty long shots going on here too, like blue. This blue down the bottom I'm referring to. We're just chugging along at the moment. Yellow in the top left is looking a little bit questionable with his 2 houses only. I wonder if I can get him more houses, or I can do a shift to say, yeah, this yellow in the bottom, some other houses. Let's say if we put a motorway from these 3 yellows to there, then we got rid of that, turn these 3, or rather, 2, rather it's 2. 2 yellow houses around, so there's 4 looking after that guy at the top. So let's run Pink up a little bit further, and rock them straight down like that. We can get that 4th house in there. And then if we really want to, within got enough bridges that we can get that guy down as well. The scenario where we could possibly look at moving green to the other side of this connection in the bottom left. Quite possibly giving them a motorway. Now, speaking of motorways, sort of give assistance. We can see this orangey red down the bottom is in trouble, so let's just give him a straight path through for all these reds to come as assistance to back up those 4 guys at the top that clearly aren't coping. Run those guys up slightly there so we can get these guys in as well. They're both colours, 1 extra little house to help out. Now, speaking of help, this poor guy here, I can give him at least 1 more. He actually has way more assistance than I thought he did. I'm surprised he's doing as poorly as he's got 5 houses. You can see how bad a traffic jam he's getting in there. Now we're starting to get a collection of motorways. I just feel like this blue here needs some help. Sure where from. Every single blue house we've got is connected to something. There's a bunch of guys in this lower section that aren't being used. These 2 blues at the back here aren't being used either. So, I mean, what we could do is we could cut those guys off there and then swing them to this lower one. Alright, we're up to 4 motorways, so let's now start to use some of these. So let's get rid of that for a second. Let's leave that to there so this guy can have... Oh, actually, we'll get them to just connect in there. I just didn't like the angle of this hook around, but I wanted to redo it so I can sort of just have that cut through. But now it's going to give me that angle. I guess I'll live with it. Green down here, same thing. We can just jump them straight up there. Not convincingly recovering there, so let's just quickly give them some more support. Just give them those 2 extra houses. Still not convinced. So we've got another motorway, so let's connect these 2 guys together. And put that motorway in the middle and send them to. Really, it's the group of guys in the bottom here that would help him most. So let's get rid of that one now that he's sort of back on track. Oh, there we go. There's 4 houses up there, so we'll let him keep that to keep him happy and healthy. You can see this guy, there's 2 oranges in the bottom, are struggling quite a bit too. I mean, they've got all the houses in the world, but they're just sort of like traveling long distance really to get support. Like, you can see this guy sitting in these houses at the very back. So that sort of says that the issue isn't the amount of available houses, it's just the amount of time it takes for those houses to get there. But again, they're sort of calming down now as well. Some blue here, so we can get at least 1 more house that way. Yeah, and blue's a sort of weird one because there are every single blue house is connected to something. They are all sort of like currently being used for a role. Oh, pink's just got a sudden surge of houses available to it to go help this guy down the bottom. Alright, this green down the bottom's unhappy. There's pink down here and orange there. Well, let's get that guy helping out orange. It just seems like it's the orange condition. You can see both of these guys are having a little freak out, and it's just clogging up the roundabouts. It's either these pinks up here aren't being used at the moment, so let's turn the 2 of those guys around. I can't imagine they're going to get there in time, but there's a few pinks flowing in here to sort of ease the pain a little bit. Get in there. I was given just enough time for these guys to get stuck in the parking lot. So it is turning a little bit, so they are considering us winning the battle there. Just orange as well as not as convinced. Do we have anyone available that we can jump over to this one? I mean, pretty much everyone's out of home. I moved that 6, I just want to see below it. I'll zoom in. So you can see there's about 4 guys at the back there. So just put a little dent there. Let's kill that connection and we'll just drop these 4 to go over there and help out this guy. And I mean, you can see, yeah, there's a certain point where there's so many cars that need to be in those double destination parking lots that it's just a nightmare to try. Like, it doesn't matter how efficiently you can get guys there, it's whether they can actually park and then get back out for you is the actual problem. And it's just really orange that's sinking us here. But it's not just orange, it's the fact that both blue and pink are also in dire straits. They need so many guys in those parking lots too, that it's just not being able to clear itself out. But they're just getting jammed. And you can see how many orange guys are sort of in the parking lot just waiting to find a parking space. And then this blue here, he's also need of attention. I guess we can get this guy through sort of like that. Sort of stuck in no man's land. Yeah, I don't feel like there's too much we can do for this guy. It's like he's got the cars there, they just can't get through to him. Doing the great work though. I just don't have any motorways either. I can sort of fling its way. Okay, so all the blues down here are in use. This guy here isn't, but I mean he's not one guy on his own. I mean, you can see that this guy's basically cooked anyway, so let's consider this guy the kitchen sink and we'll throw him, but there we go. Just shy of 6,500. Alright, let's see how that puts us on the rankings. Up 1%, always nice to see. Number 2. Not too bad. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.